Welcome back to another episode of After Office Hours. It's me, Scooter, and we have a very special guest today. Obviously, we got Noobsy, but he's always here. But special guest Llama, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. Just another day. You guys dragged me out of bed for this. You know, it's so early. I'm surprised you guys are awake.
This is probably the earliest we've ever shot the podcast, I think.
Because I'm here. We don't mess around here. We just get down to business.
We get to it. Noobsy, speaking of getting to it, I know you wanted to go over your Rocket League news, so there's been, I mean, again, still no R6 news unless you want to add anything, Llama.
I know nothing.
No, us neither, but I know we got Rocket League to talk about, so.
Let's talk about Rocket League.
So, big week for the boys, constant improving. With them making into the regional last weekend, they qualified for the Fall Invitational. Probably when this goes live tomorrow, Scoots.
Yep, tomorrow, yeah.
Friday. So they'll probably be playing by the time you guys are listening to this or are about to play. But yeah, big constant improvement for the boys. I mean, we made top 8, secured some prize money, secured some much needed RLCS points. Moved us up the power rankings a little bit. I mean, and it's just good to watch them improve, to see, like, we knew where they were the entire time. It's the reason why we signed them, but to see them, fall short in the first playoff and then come back and end up qualifying, and then narrowly miss out, though they should have been playing in the first regional. Shouldn't even had to have been playing in the qualifier last week, or 2 weeks ago. But and then a cool little kind of like, we're out here breaking records all the time. Cool little stat. I think this is from Derek Nilsson. He's a statistician for the RLCS. So there has been, yeah, no, that's the biggest word I've said all week. Thousands of games have been played, right, guys? Since the beginning of RLCS, thousands of RLCS matches. Out of all of these tens of thousands of matches, there have only been 68 perfect sweeps. And none of them were 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Hell yeah.
We were in the, he says there were 68 perfect sweeps, but I'm thinking it's 69 because he said we were the 70th.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so we were the 70th and 71st instance of a perfect sweep. None of them have ever been won by 1-0 games before, and we were on the receiving end and the giving end of the perfect sweep.
Open and close the day.
I think, and it was kind of funny because our sweep that we got beat by was against Secret, which is a really good team. They're very consistent in the region. So for us to only lose 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then to bounce all the way back, because we had some other hiccups come through the way, whether it was disconnects, controller DCs by the other team, tech pauses, just stuff that would throw people off their game. And then kind of like a big shout out to Hector for kind of setting up meetings to get the boys' mental poised up for, when stuff like that happens, because it's going to happen in competition. Things aren't going to go your way. So they showed mental fortitude by how they bounced back, and they ended up playing in front of 16,000 viewers on the RLCS stream and balled out. So it was fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun to watch. Yeah, let me talk. This is my time, Scooter.
I know, this is your podcast now. You're the captain now.
I'm taking over. I'm the host. Welcome to the podcast. No, honestly, like you said, watching them in the first qualifier, you could definitely, into the first event, you could see the nerves. And then coming into the next week, you could see the drive, right? So I'm really excited to see how this week comes. And then, how they'll do in the first couple of games. I think, the way we got placed right now is going to be beneficial to us, because we're in the top of the bottom. So we're still going to play against those like mid-range top tier teams, but at some point
you're not getting club the first game.
Right. You're not getting secret, you're not getting club, you're not getting crew. So at the end of the day, really, like, we'll see how things pan out this stage, but all it is going to take is one series win against one of those top 3 or 2 teams for us to get, like, they'll get that recognition that they need. We haven't played crew yet. Or no, we haven't played the club yet, right? So we don't know what that's gonna look like. If our play style matches theirs better. This 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 to Secret, and how close the series was, where the guys are losing in the last 10, 15, 20 seconds of a game. Anything can happen. One bounce goes a different way. These guys have it. They're going to be a great team. I've been saying since we've been watching them, they've got potential to be that second or third team. And I want to see them qualify for a major, obviously, but I think they'll be able to make Worlds if they continue with what they're doing right now. We're talking about this in November, right?
Yeah.
Worlds is in August.
Ship it. Watch it next August.
That's the faith that I have in these boys and what I've seen and the work that they've been putting in, and how they communicate with us too is amazing. So I'm really happy with everything. So you guys are doing a great job. So congrats on that. I'll give you public praise on the podcast.
We trying out here.
And I'm just going to say it for 3, maybe even 4 episodes in a row. I'm not a huge Rocket League person. I don't play the game. I don't know it. But God, is it so fun to watch. I've said this 4 episodes in a row. Every week we've had games. And it's just such an addicting esports to watch. You don't even have to enjoy playing it. Like,
you can casually watch it too.
Yeah.
I'm
just
telling
put it on your TV.
That's how I watch,
Sports.
I don't get into I don't mind doing the watch parties and stuff, like coming in. But me and my girlfriend are big sports people. Like when it comes to hockey and stuff, she loves watching hockey. I love watching any sports, and I'll throw it on the TV. I can't sit and watch it at a computer. So when Rocket League comes on, her and I want to watch it on the television. We got a huge, TV that we can play at full blast, dude. No, I'm just saying, it just feels so much better to watch something like that on a TV. But no, the players are insane. I forget. I think it was Davy who hit the shot. I don't know. I got to go back and watch the clip. But the shot where he jumped off the side, I think it was Davy. It was a OT winner against one of these teams. He jumped off the sidewall, got his flip reset off the ceiling, and then flipped into the ball while it was above the net. Like
my brain can't even think about what that looks like.
I was editing this, and you didn't see it right off the clip. You just see him come from up high. But the fact that you could see him, and they do weird shit, like stuff that, again, I'm not trying to but there's stuff that like Jake and I have, because we've played the game for so long, that we'll see them do little things that we're like, oh my God, that was smart. And it's just them, it looks like just a jump on the wall. But they do that little chain dash thing. It kills me every time because I never would think to do something like that. I don't even know how to do something like that. But to see them do it in the middle of a game, to chain dash and rapidly go down back to get their boost, I'm like, this is why we're paying them.
That's why they're pros, and we're just.
So that's why I just watch and manage, because I can't do shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going back to being easy to watch, I will tell you guys one thing that's not easy to watch.
Overwatch?
Well, okay, well that for one, that's easily up there. But secondly, is people cheating at CS Major. I don't know if you guys saw much about this. For those listening,
I know it's a problem. It's been a problem for a while.
Well, what really takes me back, and obviously for those who don't know, I come from a very heavy CS background. That's my game. And
Twitter, CS:GO.
Exactly, that's the Twitter. Thanks for the plug, Llama.
Always.
But no, it's strange to me because it seems like CS is kind of revolutionized esports, and then we've now walked 200 steps backwards. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is the first ever major in Brazil for CS:GO. It was supposed to happen, I think, 2019, but COVID. I think we've heard that excuse for a lot of events this past couple of years. And we've had in the past at majors soundproof booths. Now, I know they're expensive to move around, and I know we've heard from companies complaining about they are so hard to bring where they go. But at this event, they do not have them. And the crowd was cheating or helping Brazil teams by screaming as loud as they can what site they were going to, where somebody was, or if somebody was sneaking up on them. It'd be like watching an old soap opera, and they're like, he's behind you. But
god.
But
Brazil
it's
loves
strange.
esports though too, right? They're
They're
crazy.
they're
No,
dude.
hearing them chant like a
We love
fucking
Brazil.
soccer team, dude. Well, obviously, hearing them like I was playing in I think it was a Jake Lucky video on TikTok, and hearing them chant and jump up and down like it was a damn soccer match, I was
Yeah.
like, that is gotta be an experience.
Every major
worth
needs to be in
seeing.
Brazil.
Yeah, that's got to be. I hope there's a Rocket League one in Brazil. That shit would be insane.
hmm
Could you imagine?
They would need
Rocket
to give
League?
us more spots
Yeah.
in the
For
Mhm.
real.
in
But
the
But I
major.
think that would be insane.
Yeah.
The weird thing about this too is like I don't really blame the crowd to an extent.
Not their fault.
Like I mean, if you're in the like I mean, if anybody's ever been in one of our watch parties, they see how we act while watching. It's no different in person. If we go to an event, we're all gonna be screaming like, "No, fuck, he's behind you!" Like, and you're not intentionally doing it, but it is on the venues to make, it's
Yeah.
if you're gonna be in front of a huge crowd, you need soundproof, either much better headphones or go back to the booths. We
Well,
had them for a couple of
that's-
years.
Yeah, that's the question. Like, are they wearing in-ears and headsets? Like, they have to in Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
Because like Rainbow Six, there's no fans, and they still have to wear in-ears and over-ears, so that you're not hearing what other people are saying. Like, if I put my other one back in and like put it in my ear properly, I'm not gonna hear anything that's going on around me.
Yeah.
Which is
well, they are on
Which is good.
stage. That's
Yeah.
how loud that crowd is. Like
Yeah.
they're just being so loud about it, and I just don't really. I guess I just don't understand why CS has gone backwards in that sense. But it is sexy
I
in
didn't
the
even know they
Brazil
had-
major.
yeah. I didn't even know they had the glass
Oh
cages,
yeah.
whatever you want to call it. And I
'Cause
know Dota does it.
Dota uses them a lot, and I think they're at every international at least. So
I didn't watch
yeah,
any of this year.
Valve
but-
just has a Valve has a favorite.
Well, it works. If it works, it works. I haven't seen those at any Rainbow Six event ever, so it would be interesting to see if it'll get implemented into other games and other things. Like Rocket League, you can't cheat. There's no cheating in Rocket
No,
League. That's-
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
think that's
that
crazy.
goes back to that game. Like that's why I love it so much, is because you don't have cheaters and you can't.
Yeah, there's no information game like there is.
Yeah.
But
You can see everything pretty much.
yeah.
Yep.
But speaking of the crazy major already, did you guys see on Twitter? And I know I saw it live, and then I saw Jake Lucky post it like a minute later. The dude is so fast with everything.
He's got to have like 40 people in this shit for him. Because there's
Mhm.
stuff where I'm like,
He's just a robot.
I'll
He
be
is.
reading it. I'll be reading it on somewhere else, and then I'll get a notification that Jake Lucky's posted. I'm like, how? Dude, I just am reading the story.
Make
do you
sure you
already have
guys add him when you post this video.
We will. We'll tell him he's a super fast man, and then he's a robot, and we don't believe him.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't.
I
think
don't.
he's real.
I've met him.
I've-
I don't
I've
believe
met.
him.
Yeah, I've met him in person. Took a picture with him. He's fake. He's got to be. He's a robot.
Also super tall. I wasn't expecting that, but
my
I'm also
my
small.
5'8" ass. I was like,
What's
man,
up?
you're wearing a lot of denim.
I didn't see this until you posted it. The
It-
video.
It's insane. Like there's very
That's
rare
send a team
moments.
home.
What's-
That's to send a team home.
So yeah, it was Cloud9 versus 9Z, and they were both 2-2. So the same as Rocket League, 3 games you move on, 3 losses, you're going home. Well, for Rocket League it's what, 5 losses?
Is
Or-
it Swiss stage?
Three.
They're doing
Swiss.
Swiss.
No, it's like yeah, it's like it's a weird format of Swiss.
Okay, yeah. So it's
It's just a very strange. CS has a really strange format because this is the challenger stage. But yeah, both teams on the verge of going home. Cloud9 were already up a map. I think Cloud9 were like 14 rounds already. And he just jumps out of B apps. It's completely RNG at that point. He just one taps the guy. Just presses his mouse once and hopes to the gods of CS that works.
It would have been nasty if he doubled, because there was another guy
Yeah.
there too.
guy right there. Yeah.
If he got both, that would have been insane.
Honestly, if the one guy didn't jump, he might have got them both.
Yeah, because they were stacked, and I was like, ooh, that was close.
But yeah, this major's already giving some crazy. I think that's Brazil fully out of it, which is a shame. I might be wrong, but I think
Damn.
that's all the
Crowd was
Brazilian teams
cheap
gone
and they
already.
still couldn't win. Damn.
Oh man. But
Oh well.
speaking of
I still
crazy
think it's my
gaming,
turn.
wait,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
what was that, Newsy?
I still think it's crazy that the crowd's so loud.
Yeah, the crowd is crazy. But
If
speaking of
Rainbow
crazy,
Six
oh
were to
sorry.
do a major in Brazil,
Oh
it would
my
be
god, dude!
Oh yeah,
like absolute
revive the
insanity.
game. It
Yeah.
would revive the game
It's
in a way.
all they keep asking for too.
because
They
yeah,
want
they've
a
got
major in
huge
Brazil.
Brazilian teams too. They've got what
Yeah.
Liquid, Furia,
Liquid Phase,
Yeah,
like
Phase, yeah, yeah.
W7M, like
Just
bring it to
try it.
Brazil. Come
Just
on.
try it.
Come on, Ubisoft.
All right.
Next year, let's do an event in Brazil. Host it. Challenging you right
Half
here.
our org is already there anyway. Let's go.
Exactly. We'll do it.
But yeah, speaking of crazy gaming moments, did you guys see the IRL gaming moment
I
with
did.
You shared this with me.
Dude.
yeah, Noobsy, you want to take it away because you sent it to me as well.
So I haven't been a NASCAR fan since I was like growing up. It just got to, I don't know. I guess I don't want to like disrespect it in a way because it does take a lot of, you know, skill to handle a machine that goes that fast for that amount of time. You know what I'm saying? But I just stopped watching it. The races started getting boring. It was the same thing every time. But it was at this track in Martinsville. It's like the second to last race. They're cutting it down on who's winning they do some weird like playoff format where only like they race everybody, but only 8 are in for like the points or whatever. And then like if those 4 of those 8 don't make it, then it's like the final 4. Anyway, they're on this really small track called Martinsville. It's like a half a mile, and I think it's very boring because you speed up for like a second and then you slow down and then you
It's a
speed up
tiny
for a
track.
second. It's so tiny. But and I remember doing this on Martinsville against my friends because what he did was it was final lap of the race. He's in 10th spot. He needs to get to at least 5th to advance to the championship. He cranks it down. He slams it down in the 5th, just guns it into the wall and slingshots himself around the wall
While
to
everyone else is on their brakes, he's full throttle in fifth,
he's full throttle in
riding
5th,
the wall, sending it.
going 170 miles an hour while everyone else is at 60. Uh, ends up going from 10th to 5th and is in the playoff this weekend. So he's going to be racing in Phoenix for the championship. If he wins the championship, I don't think he will. But for the first time in like 15 years, I'm going to be at least paying attention to the race. I may not be watching it, but I'm at least going to be paying attention to it.
I've been saying for years that, once they change the format at NASCAR to go from because now, if we look at F1, the championship's done, the constructors is done,
Boring.
so
Boring.
we already know that the team has won first place. We know that the driver has won first place, so they're battling for second everywhere else. Why am I going to watch the next 3 races? At least in NASCAR, what they did is to avoid this championship. I'm bored of F1. We'll talk about this another time.
I just
To
want
avoid having the championship end 5 races towards the end of the year, they've expanded it to like an elimination phase in the last 10 races of the year. There's 4 drivers competing for the championship. Basically, whoever finishes the highest wins the championship, right? So what I'm saying is throw all 4 of those guys at the back of the pack.
that should be fun.
Even a lap down, imagine.
Just
They
see
got
where
to
they
start
end
out of
up.
the pits just to see what happens and the chaos that would happen. For those guys to like get to the front. And the thing about NASCAR too is the teams they don't work together. You're out there if the 4 of us or 3 of us, 4 of us like Jake, the 3 of us are on the team together. I don't care if you're in first. I'm wrecking you. I'm trying to get to first.
Yeah, I'm putting your ass in the wall.
Exactly.
That's how you did it on NASCAR.
And F1, it's like
2005.
Noobsy, move over.
Yeah.
Scooter's coming through. He's coming in hot, and you suck. So, and I pay him more, so he's got to win.
That's what anyway, I wanted Checo to win the fucking Mexican Grand Prix so
he
bad.
should have. Why not?
You botch his stop by not putting the wheel on. You guys have the best pit stops 20 years in a row.
And if he won that race, then he would have probably locked second place in. They've already got the constructors. It doesn't matter at that point. Just let him win.
Anyway, I mean, just I think it's crazy. The balls to even try something like this in real life is ridiculous. Because he destroyed his car. Screw, I don't know if you saw the side of it. It's
Oh, yeah.
destroyed. There was rubber jammed into the side. The whole side paneling was ripped off. There's a streak, a 500-foot streak around turn 3 and 4 where his car was. So I mean, it's a last lap, last ditch effort thing, and I think it's funny that gaming companies for the past 15 years realize it's so OP that they
They
have
put it in
coded
games.
they've coded an invisible wedge. Like Gran Turismo has a time penalty for hitting a barrier, but there's like this little like hidden code thing where if you're on the wall for longer than like like half a second or whatever, there's like a little invisible wedge that boots the back of your car off so you spin. It does that in the racing games, in NASCAR Thunder or whatever. It does it in Gran Turismo. Most racing games will just boot you off the wall because it's so overpowered. So to see him try that in real life is ridiculous. That's all I
Um,
got.
in some cases on some tracks, if you do damage to the track, you actually have to pay for it.
I don't even know. Like, it's not in the rule that like who. I guess no one at NASCAR was like, no one would be crazy enough to try to ride their car on the wall, would they? Like, we don't
Well,
even
if
put
he's
that
got to
in
pay
the
for
book.
it and they got to pay to fix the car and everything else, it had to have been worth it. And I wonder if he made a call up to the crew and was like, by the way, guys, I'm just gonna send it across the wall right now. So
Judging by I was watching the radioactive, like the comms video they put out. I don't think the crew chief had any idea he was gonna try some shit like
no,
that.
he just said, you know what, I'm doing this
Yeah.
on my own. Crank
Yeah.
it. He's not winning the race. If he won the race, it would have been even better.
Yeah, but I mean, he jumped. He only needed like 2 spots to advance. He got 5.
You gotta feel
It's
bad for the guy that was like in.
knocked
He
out.
was in 5th and then knocked out because this dude's
He-
just done a video
He
game
was
play.
going.
Like,
He was in the running. He was in the final 8. He was one of the 4 that got knocked out because of that. Like that is. Imagine that's how you end your season.
especially like what Llama said, like everyone else is on their breaks and stuff, and it's like you're just like relaxing. You're like, yes, let's go. I've done. Boom.
And he gave a guy a little tap in the back too after
Yeah.
when he came back around the straight. So
All right. What else we got? That
Well,
was another NASCAR. That wasn't even game related. It was just a
it
video
is game
move.
related. But
It was a video game
specifically
move.
quoted
NASCAR
NASCAR 2004 in his post game interview, and
That game was goated though.
it was. It's funny because I have a copy of it, but it's at my parents in my stack of old Xbox 360 games. Like I used to play the shit out of NASCAR games. I don't know why. Like, yeah, you're driving around in circles.
They're
But
fun,
like
dude.
NASCAR Thunder, NASCAR Heat,
Oh my god,
all
dude.
those games.
Me and Robbie used to. I mean, you know Robbie. You guys have
Yeah.
played with him, long time
It's
best
fun.
friend. Me and him, dude. I used to be Jeff Gordon. He used to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. I would put his ass in the wall so many times, dude. This shit was fun.
That's what you got to do.
Memories, man, memories.
yeah, video game news, a little bit of technology news, and we'll go on to some more technology news with a little bit of a leak, I guess, internal leak coming out of Final Mouse. Obviously looking to get into the keyboard space. Again, for those listening, we'll put a link in the description, but it's
All the videos.
it's a weird keyboard. I guess they're looking to put like an LCD PCB layer below the keys, so you can have a screen on your keyboard.
I can't wait to watch Rocket League on my keyboard.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like,
That's what people are
can
gonna
you
do. They're
fit
gonna
it-
play games on their keyboard.
Yeah,
Like, dude, that can't be
It's-
good for your posture.
It's Unreal Engine 5 from what I saw from the notes and stuff, and I saw the koi fish or whatever swimming around on there. I think it's really cool, and it might give like orgs and stuff opportunities to put like some kind of thought into this to put their branding on the keyboards and whatnot.
yeah.
Um,
Collaborations will
buy
be
it?
huge.
yeah, would I buy it? Probably not.
I'm not spending that
Um,
extra money. I could just spray paint some koi.
I've got my RBG keyboard here. I know they put out great products when it comes to mice. They're very expensive, but
Yeah, it's gonna come down to like, what, two things for me. One is the price. I think having that kind of tech on a keyboard is not gonna be cheap. So it's probably gonna be pretty expensive. And two, it's probably gonna be, if they go the mouse route where they try to treat it like a hype drop sort of thing, that's one gonna be, it's gonna make it even more expensive. And two, it's just not going to be seen by the mass public, especially if they've copyrighted this or patented it. Wow, that's a hard sentence.
I'm not even gonna try.
No. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's a strange thing to see coming out, but I know once it got leaked, they had said on Twitter, I think December 17th, they're gonna show a bunch of stuff. So we'll see. I mean, because I think the last mouse, that was their last one, right? They announced
The tens one, right?
Yeah, I think that was their last mouse in the space. So
They're not gonna make mice anymore.
from the wording of their
That
tweet,
was the final mouse.
yeah,
That's in their name.
That was
they
the
gonna be
final
called?
mouse. I had to. Jake's
they
not
gonna-
here, so
What are they gonna change their name to? The first keyboard?
final keyboard.
but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I think it's. Do you think it might be a gimmick, or do you think it's gonna be a long haul product?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, do you think it's gonna be like a one-off where like one company tries it, it's it kind of catches some headlines and disappears, or is it gonna be like a every
you said-
keyboard?
If you said like if it's patented, then no one will really be able to do it.
Right.
Some people will try to replicate it. Like I've got a whole bunch of dead space on my keyboard that could be used as a LCD screen or whatever. I just don't know how it's like physically. I'm looking at my keyboard and I have half of my hand on my keyboard when I'm playing a game, and final mouse keyboard looks like it's going to be a 60%.
Yeah.
So it's already this big. My hand's going to be on most of it. And then there's just going to be like fish flying around or whatever I want on there. Like,
That's gonna mess up my peripheral.
I just don't know if it's, I think it's just like okay, we can do this, so why not?
Yeah.
We're going to sell a shit ton of them anyway.
Yeah, the TikTokers with the purple background that talk about what they do in the day of the life, those are gonna be the only people that buy those. You
No,
know?
they're going to sell a
The-
shit ton of these.
the
They
normal
sold a
people-
whole bunch of, they sold all of those tens mice and whatever. Like, I saw more people buying 4 of them to sell 3 of them to make money, as opposed to the fact that they're probably going to put them in a drawer somewhere and never use them.
Yep. I mean, they always every final mouse drop is always expensive. Like, if you look at StockX, they're always selling for maybe double the price of what the mouse originally retailed for. So, yeah, no, I mean it's strange, but I don't know. I really don't. We'll see. I mean, it's December 17th. It's not a far date. We'll see what else they've got planned. Maybe they're gonna have mice with LCD screens on it. Who knows? But another weird gamey news. It's 100 Thieves. They're back again with wanting people. They have good old American citizens, Noobsy. They're wanting you to vote.
When are they not doing something creative?
Honestly,
I think
saw
it's
this on Twitter.
genius.
I
It's
think it's
genius.
genius. 100%.
oh,
I
yeah,
agree.
of course. I mean, they're gonna get if the U.S. especially if it struggles with young voters. I know Canada does.
The biggest thing is it's always that younger audience, because from like our time, like look at when it comes to the Americas or my country, look at who we're voting for. I forget parties aside, like all these people are old. None of them appeal to us. They're ridiculously old. So how are you going to get us to vote in an election like that? Whereas honestly,
Nate
the-
shot for president.
no, but yeah, well, he's not 35, I don't think. Anyway, like, and I've told this to people who are on the fence about, I don't really want to vote, and it's like, forget the big election. You have to vote because the small stuff in your city, in your county, that's the shit that's gonna actually affect you. Like, are they gonna increase water tax? Just go do it.
Yeah.
So them doing something, they're not pushing a party, they're not pushing a person. They're saying, come to see the facility, get all the young people in. I'm sure Shot's gonna be there and stuff. So I think it's really smart, and it not only grows them, it gets them in the headlines, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that from esports. And then you're doing a good thing by getting the younger generation to
Yeah, they won't be.
vote on important stuff.
They won't be the last now that it's been done, but they were definitely the first, and they are movers and shakers in everything that they do. Like,
Whoever does the marketing, whoever thinks of these ideas, like they probably don't. They get paid well, but probably enough. 'Cause the shit they do is genius.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
I mean, you get, plus if you look at it from a fan's point of view, like if you're a huge fan of 100 Thieves, like dude, even if he's not there, the chance that like Nadeshot or any of the creators are in the building as well, submitting their vote or just hanging out after.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole
like,
PR thing.
oh yeah.
When is the election?
November
for us,
4th, I think.
Yeah, for us it's
Tomorrow?
Tuesday. No, Tuesday.
Oh.
We vote on like I think it's the second Tuesday of every November or every
Okay.
other November.
So there you
This
go.
one's-
Like
Yeah,
they'll make a whole thing out of it. They'll have the ballot box or whatever they do, and they'll
do a video.
smile and do a cringe video like 100 Thieves always does, and like, but that's what I love about them. That they're gonna do something different. They're gonna drive more people to their building. They'll have information for people who don't know what that building is, that probably drive by it every single day.
And merch
And
sales.
it's good. And then yeah,
and like to have it like as a registered polling place.
Yeah.
You have to like register the address. So not only do you get your address out there, but now everyone knows that's the 100 Thieves building. So it's like,
and they'll have it painted for the day and all that stuff.
But yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how they do. We'll have to see what cringe video they post, and I think speaking of doors opening, doors also close, and I think that's gonna be the closer of this podcast episode. And thanks to Llama for joining us. Any closing thoughts, words, future topics you want to come back?
Thanks for keeping it short for me, guys. I appreciate it. I got lots of shit to do. Right now, I'm gonna be the classic, esports guy right now, and we are working on a lot of things. I'm hoping that in at least over the next month or so, there's gonna be a lot of cool news coming out from us. Relaunching part of our business from the past, with some help with everyone who's on this call right now. Some other, probably not you, Noobsy.
Yeah, you're fired, by the way.
You're gone. This was the last. This was the door closing. Don't want to hit you on the way out. Yeah, no, it's been good. And then the typical soon TM posts coming on social about this, that, and whatever. But no, it was a good time, guys.
You want to plug the merch? Any promos going on right now?
There is a promo if you join the Discord server, so I don't want to give that away. We're giving 30% off of our merch if you join our Discord. It's in the announcements. It's easy to find.
That'll be down below. Yeah.
The link will be down in the description.
I gotta do the YouTuber thing.
YouTube thing.
Sorry, I can't get
like and subscribe.
I can't get right into the camera and screen. I gotta. And
then I'm hoping there will be some winter beanies or toques releasing at some point in the next month or so. That's why that post came out yesterday. So beanie or toque, that's the question of the day. It's a toque for me.
What about bean holder?
Bean holder?
Bean toque.
Because my dad said I had an odd shaped head.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Noobsy, any closing words? You want to talk about your bean head or anything?
No, I do just want to say last week I was an unproductive human and played Call of Duty from Friday to Sunday and got level 55 in 2 days and got 8 gold guns.
Seriously?
And this week I'm being much more responsible. Paisley and I are going to be doing some stuff outside. We got a cool train ride that we're going on Friday.
You're going to touch grass?
Yeah, I'm actually touching grass, dude. But then you best believe Saturday and Sunday, I will not only be watching the boys play, but I'll be grinding that COD because I need those damn polyamorous camos, right?
You need more screens.
Yeah, I do. I'm not doing enough.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you after the next office hours, and we'll see you next week. Peace.